Good morning, my loves. My name is Lacey. I am the founder of Graceful Rising Coaching. My website is gracefulrising.com. And I just want to jump on quickly today to talk about 4 things that you can do to move through the fear or doubt when you feel like giving up in your business. I work with women who are new consultants, coaches, or service-based business owners. They've had their business for less than a year and they may be dealing with some struggles trying to really, generate income, get more clients, put themselves out there, all that really great stuff. So the 4 tips that we're going to talk about today for moving through it is the first one is to acknowledge that it's there. So, maybe you had a bad day, maybe something happened that all of a sudden, the doubt starts coming up, and it's really important to notice why that little voice in your head just said something like, are you sure this is going to work? Are you sure you can do this? Maybe something just kind of threw you off that day. Maybe you just don't feel that well. Maybe, and I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to say, did something happen that day that may have caused that thought to kind of creep up on you? And the second point that I'd like to make is to just be able to challenge that doubt or fear that crept up in your mind. And in order to do that, you can basically ask yourself if this is true. If that little voice said, you've been working really, really hard and it's probably not going to make any difference at all, ask yourself, do you really feel like that's true? Do you really feel like that is what's going to happen in your business? And hopefully the answer is no. Hopefully when you challenge it, you can see that really there's no basis for that at all. It's just fear that's creeping in. And then the third point is just to work through the fear or doubt. And one of my very favorite things to do is to basically find a quote or an image or something online or something that I know from something I read or a webinar I watched, just a little piece of advice or something that I can sort of put in my head instead. And another really awesome thing to do is to come up with a positive affirmation or a positive belief that is the opposite of the negative one. So for instance, if your negative thought was, nothing that I'm doing is working right now, I'm not getting any clients, maybe a positive belief, a positive spin on that could be, everything that I do from day to day is moving me towards my goals. Everything that I experience or do makes me more valuable as a coach or consultant. Just something to sort of spin it a little to make it actually positive and not negative. And the very last thing, and this is super important, is to just take a little step forward. If you're really feeling like you're doubting and you're fearing whether you can do something, just take one little step forward. It can be the smallest action step, just to let the universe know that you mean business and you're not going to give up, and this is not going to take you out of the game. So just to recap, the 4 tips to use when you are experiencing doubt or fear in your business is to acknowledge it, to challenge it, to work through it by possibly coming up with a positive alternative or something else that can kind of motivate you, and then taking one little action step forward. So I hope that was helpful, and I will talk to you later.